You talked a little bit about how agentic AI is making martech stacks less complicated, but more complex. Really interesting. So, can you elaborate what that means and how marketers should evolve to work alongside agentic AI?
I would argue most martech to date had been very complicated. It did have a lot of systems and a lot of moving parts, but because most of it was done through deterministic rules, it actually really was predictable from a cause and effect of how the operations would work. As we start to move where we're incorporating more of these LLMs and more of these agentic AI, where the AI and different agents and components of this can make decisions in a much more dynamic way, it becomes more complex. It actually, as a whole, the system is much more like a rainforest ecosystem, than it is a Ferrari. And let me be completely clear. That is an incredible benefit to marketers, because the problem with the complicated machine is like the amount of work it took to manage all those parts in a very precise way. Just, it was incredibly labor intensive, and it became a constraint on how quickly we could experiment.
Interesting. So put that in context to those who want to take this idea that you have here and think about how they're applying it to either the martech systems that they're selecting or how they're thinking about their martech organization and their technology. How does this come into play?
Well, again, in a complex environment, the key is interaction. And again, one of the value propositions here you have with Growth Loop is this ability to manage the interaction across the entire loop, from ideation through deployment to the analysis. But you really do need all of the different pieces and parts that contribute within that loop to be connected. You need them to be open. I mean, we know in marketing we've been talking about integration for years and years and years. It's my pet rock, of course, but it's become even more important because to really be able to, again, unlock the speed of that accelerated experimentation cycle, you really need to be able to give programmatic access to every single piece. All those systems of knowledge need to be able to dynamically feed into the systems of context, some of which you're actually, spinning up dynamically on the fly.